All right, good afternoon. So I'm going to preface this real quick. I'm going to give a real quick rundown of this because people are like, wait, depression can start with my gut health? Yeah. I'm going to give a quick lowdown on this because if you know me, you know how I am with gut health and you know how I am finding out all these crazy things and sharing them with you, right? So I'm going to give the lowdown. I would love to chat with you more on it if you're like, wait a minute, what? So yeah, does depression start in your gut, with your gut health? Now, if you're anything like me, maybe there's, some family history, maybe there's, some anxiety that goes on, maybe there's, where you're like, yeah, I've been depressed, and I guess because my great-great-great-grandfather had anxiety and depression, that maybe it's hereditary. You guys, I can't even tell you how much our gut health affects our overall health, okay? So, right now, I'm doing a 14-day cleanse with a group of people, and they are noticing, huge things emotion-wise. They're feeling better. They're going through, a detox, not just gut, but up here, mind, body, everything. So, let's face it, we're stressed, right? We go to the doctor. We're not feeling well. We don't feel like ourselves. He puts us on antibiotics. He puts us on anti-anxiety, depression, medication, whatever it is. But the reality of it is it's just not just the stress, emotional stress. There's environmental stress, emotional. There's so many toxic things out there that will impact our brain health and our gut health. What we're eating, we're eating foods that are processed beyond our body's recognition. It doesn't know that you're eating something that's maybe supposed to be food. So your body's response is, I'm going to blow up like a puffer fish, and I'm going to protect you. So I'm going to become inflamed, leading to autoimmune disorders, high blood pressure, heart issues. Yeah, I know, maybe this sounds crazy, but guess what? I'm going to attach a little article to it that I was like, yeah, I can go with this now, because guess what? Here's something outside of what I'm finding out, right? Because I only play a doctor on TV. I'm not a real doctor, right? So some people just think I'm just born this way. I'm not supposed to be depressed, but I guess I'm just depressed because my great-grandfather's uncle's aunt was depressed. You guys, I'm going to tell you something. If you've been on an antibiotic, if you have stress, if you're not eating correctly, your gut is messed up, which could then make all the receptors that are supposed to go on, serotonin isn't really here. It's in your gut. It is. So is it sending the right receptor here if it's messed up down there? Probably not. Probably not. So I'm just going to tell you straight out, I was on anti-anxiety, depression medication for years. Okay? Years. And I started to pay a lot of attention to my gut health. Not taking the stuff anymore, right? So, I don't know. Is it true? I have no idea. Because guess what? There really are no studies on this. They don't want to fund the studies. Isn't that funny? They don't want to fund these studies. And when they do, it takes a good 8 to 10 years before the studies come out with some sort of results. So, something that I could be telling you today or that you could be hearing today or reading today, 8 to 10 years from now, maybe now the doctors will see that. I'm not saying conventional medicine is something that you should be forget it, I'm not going to use it. But, I feel like people are over-medicated on depression and anxiety medications. Look at people who have ADHD, Asperger's, and maybe I'm saying that wrong. Just things like that. They're looking into the foods first. They're looking into the dyes that are in the food. The food is going into our stomach. And then it's processed through our stomach. And if we get this thing called leaky gut, then all the garbage and inflammation and pus is leaking into our body and messing up things. Is it messing up our minds and making us depressed? It's possible, you guys. Your gut is supposed to have this nice little, safe harbor place, your microbiome. And when that's messed up, it links to things like depression. It really does. I actually have a little thing here that says There was a study done that showed how the gut and brain are connected through studying the effects of probiotics on patients with IBS and depression. Researchers found that twice as many patients saw improvements from depression when they took a probiotic. So with an improvement in the gut came improvement in mental well-being. Sweet, right? Because like, I don't know about you guys, but maybe like you've been diagnosed with depression or whatever it is, and you've been on medication, and it works for a while, and then you start feeling depressed again, and all those feelings come back, and you're overwhelmed, and you're anxious, and you don't want to get out of bed, and you just want to feel like yourself again. So you go to the doctor, and he puts you on a different medication or a second medication to counteract some of those side effects. And you feel good again for a while, and then you don't. What if just like taking the street sweeper into your gut, you know, going in there, removing the garbage that's in there, like taking that street sweeper and then repairing and replacing with good stuff, and you feel like 1,000,000 trillion times better? What if that could happen? What if you were like, okay, I'm so tired of feeling like I'm treading water. This medication is not helping me, and I just want myself back. What if you just could do that and it would change how you felt? Would that be amazing? I think it would be. I really do. So yeah, these things they're finding out, but, you know, we don't want to do studies on them because, man, I read this in a book somewhere that the medical community does not like to admit that they could be wrong. I won't go into that. Remember, I said I was going to be real quick and short on this because I could talk about it for days. I could talk about how your gut health not only could lead to depression, but so many other bad illnesses that we're being, like, over-medicated on and medicated beyond... Like, maybe it's not even the issue. Maybe you're not even being medicated for the proper thing. You're just not too sure what's wrong with you. Like, well, let's put you on antidepressant because maybe you're depressed. So, with all that being said, like, if you want to talk more about this, because I, don't want to go on for 5 and 6 hours, because I could, I'd love to chat with you. I really would, because you know what? Life is a little bit different for me now. Life is a lot different for me now. I'm not saying that, like, hey, every day is wonderful for me, but you know what? I'm not taking an antidepressant, anti-anxiety medication that I had been on for a long time. And I'm working even more into, like, detoxing my gut and cleaning it out and finding out, like, hey, I've lifted a real big load off me. Not just, it's so, so important, and we don't realize it. We don't realize what we're putting in our bodies. We don't realize what's happening inside of our bodies because we put our trust into these doctors, and I'm not saying don't trust them, but I'm saying, like, if you're not feeling where you want to be feeling, or if you're like, yeah, what you just said is totally what's going on, then do your due diligence and be your own advocate and do some homework. So I will definitely be attaching all of this into the blog. I will attach that article in there so you can see it. I actually was going to read part of it where it says, I'm just going to read just like the first sentence where I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, this is cool. Mental health problems such as affective disorder, anxiety disorders, psychotic disorders are not just diseases caused by psychological stressors and genetic vulnerability, but rather full body inflammatory conditions related to the immune state. In this light, I'm going on to the next sentence and then I'll be done. In this light, the role of the microbiome, the gut, right? 100 trillion or so organisms that provide a barrier and a profound effect on our immune regulatory function, most notably in the large intestine, becomes immensely important. I gotta go to the next sentence. I promise I'll be done. The state of our microbiome affects not only disease of the gut, but also immune disease, obesity, and even how well the liver metabolizes alcohol. Whoa! Why would you not want to run a street sweeper through there and see if you can feel better? Come on, guys. Just when you know better, you do better. So I urge you to do some research, to check out some books that have things on this, to question your doctors. Why do you keep changing my medication? I'm telling you I'm having these side effects But instead of you trying to change it, you're putting me on a second medication that's now making me feel like I could sleep for 17 days. And I can't function. But I'm not depressed because I'm sleeping all the time. I don't know that I'm depressed. So do your homework. Check into it. Check your gut. It's gut check time, people. Gut check time, for real. So yeah, that's what I got. I said I wasn't going to go crazy long on it, but in all honesty, life could be a lot better. There is another way. So do your homework. Ask your doctors. If you're not happy with what they're saying, find another one. Man, the linkage between this is like crazy. And as soon as the studies get out there, you guys are going to be like, wow, I remember reading that like 10 years ago. Why didn't I think of it then? Be your own doctor for a little bit. And I'm not saying like perform surgery or take yourself off of medications, but like do some homework, guys. Really, really. That's all I have for you guys today. I really wanted to come out with this. I wrote this blog a while ago, and someone brought this article to my, this link to my attention. And I was like, whoa. So clearly I can go with it, and people won't think I'm crazy because I have like something to back me up with it. So I'll attach it all. I'll post the blog later. Yeah, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me, honestly, guys, because I know it sounds gross. I could talk gut and poop all day. All right, that's it. I'm cutting it off there. Have a great day. See you guys later. Bye.